Chapter 3, Normal Distribution, Exercise 3, Section D, 9th one. The question is, if Z is a standard normal variable and Z1 represents the Z score, then estimate the value of Z1 so that the following conditions are satisfied. We need to calculate here the value of Z1 so that the conditions are being satisfied. The first condition given is probability of -2 less than or equal to Z less than or equal to Z1 is equal to 0.2857. Now, to calculate the value of Z1, first of all, this probability, this inequality, we need to break till 0. Now, as this value given, that is 0.2857, is smaller than 0.5. So, while breaking it, we need to subtract it. So, taking up -2 to 0 first minus 0 to Z1 is equal to 0.2857. Shifting 0.2857 the other side and the probability 0 less than equal to Z less than or equal to Z1 the other side. Calculating it, we'll get the value of the area as 0.1915. Now for which value of Z1, this is the area that we have to see it in table. So taking up the table, searching 0.1915, it is 0.5. You can easily see here that 0.1915 lies in 0.5 and 0. So the value of Z1 becomes 0.5. So we got Z1 as 0.5. But why it is being taken negative? Reason, in the first step we have subtracted it. And when do we subtract? When both the signs are same. So here one is negative, then another one has to be negative. Therefore, the sign of Z1 comes out to be -0.5. Now taking up the bell-shaped graph and marking -0.5 as this point, it is -0.5. -2 is here, both will be lie towards the negative side as both are negative, and the area from -2 to -0.5 will be shaded. So this is the area where Z lies. Second part of question number 9, it is given as Z1 is less than or equal to Z less than or equal to 1.75 and the area is 0.10. Now, as this area given is less than 0.5, we have to subtract both the probabilities by breaking them from 0. So P0 less than or equal to Z less than or equal to 1.75 minus P0 less than or equal to Z less than or equal to Z1 is equal to 0.10. Now taking up the area of 1.75 from the table, that is, looking at the table, 1.7 and taking up 0.5. So it gives us 0.4599, the value of 1.75 area. So writing here 0.4599 minus P0 less than or equal to Z less than or equal to Z1 is equal to 0.10. Taking 0.10 the other side and shifting 0 to Z1 the other side, subtracting it, we get 0.3599. So the area from 0 to Z1 is 0.3599. Now again in the table we have to find where this area lies, for which value of Z we get this as a area. So taking up the table again, you will find here 1.0 and 8.3599 lies. So the value of Z becomes 1.0 and 8. So Z1 value came out to be 1.08 and this value will be positive. Reason? When the same sign are there, we subtract it. So as here the probabilities are subtracted, if 1.75 is positive, then the value of Z1 has to be positive. So we get here the Z1 value as 1.08. Now expressing in the bell-shaped graph, the first line represents 1.08, the second vertical line is 1.75 and Z lies between 1.08 and 1.75. So that part is being shaded here, denoting that this is the area. Question number 10. The question is, the monthly production of units in a factory is normally distributed with mean mu and standard deviation sigma. The Z scores corresponding to the production of 2400 units and 1800 units are 1 and minus 0.5 respectively. Find its mean and standard deviation. Now here the value of X and Z is given. We need to calculate here mu and sigma. So when X is 2400, Z is 1. When X is 1800, Z is minus 0.5. So taking these values of X and Z, putting in the formula of Z is equal to X minus mu upon sigma, keeping the value of Z as 1, X as 2400 minus mu upon sigma, taking sigma the other side and multiplying with 1, we'll get sigma equal to 2400 minus mu, shifting minus mu other side, it will be mu plus sigma equal to 2400. Now this equation what we got, we'll mark it as 1, because to calculate mu and sigma we have to make two equations and then solving both the equation with the help of elimination. This equation we got from the first value of X and Z. Now by taking the second value of X and Z as 1800 and minus 0.5, keeping in this formula Z is equal to X minus mu upon sigma, placing the value of Z as minus 0.5, X as 1800, taking sigma the other side, we'll get minus 0.5 sigma is equal to 1800 minus mu, shifting minus mu the other side becomes mu minus 0.5 sigma is equal to 1800. So this we got it as first equation, another equation we got it as a second equation. So solving 1 and 2 by elimination, we'll write it here as mu plus sigma equal to 2400 as the first equation and mu minus 0.5 sigma equal to 1800. changing the sign for the elimination of mu, minus, plus and minus, mu gets cancelled. 1 plus 0.5 gives 1.5 sigma. 2400 minus 1800 is 600. So calculating sigma by shifting 1.5 the other side, we get 400 as the value of sigma. Now keeping this 400 in first equation and solving it, we'll get mu plus 400 is equal to 2400. Taking 400 the other side, we get mu equal to 2000 as the value of mean. So this is how, making two equations, elimination, we get the value of mean and standard deviation. Seventh question is, a normal variable x has the following probability density function. The probability density function is given in this way. Fx is equal to 1 upon 6 root 2 pi e raised to minus 1 by 72 x minus 100 whole square. For this distribution, obtain the estimated limits for the exact middle 50% of the observations. When we have to calculate the limits of middle 50% observation, we always calculate the value of Q1 and Q3. So, to calculate the value of Q1 and Q3, we need the value of sigma and mean, that is mu. So comparing this probability density function with fx, the original form of it, we get sigma as 6 and mu as 100. So taking up mu equal to 100 and sigma equal to 6, the middle 50% observation, Q1 formula is mu minus 0.675 sigma and Q3 is mu plus 0.675 sigma. Now keeping the value of mu and sigma in this equation, in this formula, and calculating it, we get Q1 as 95.95 and Q3 also, if we substitute and calculate, the value of Q3 is 104.05. So this is how the 11th one is being calculated. Middle 50% observation means the value of Q1 and Q3.